close to me. So today, like 3 orders, 6.4 thousand in sales.
Whew. Excuse me, that's you talking money now.
99 hustles. 99 hustles. International feed. Nick Carter. Carter. 99 hustles.
What's up, guys? This is the 99 Hustles podcast. I'm your host, Nick Carter.
And I'm your co-host, International Fees.
And we got another one, Cali Boys.
We do. Tell them about him, Nick.
This is my man, Virshon, right here. Yo, he's 22 years old and
the young OG.
Bona fide hustler, man. He's in the dropshipping game. He's going to explain to you guys what dropshipping is. It's like e-commerce, online business. He's doing 6-figure sales months.
Whew. Killing the game right now.
22 years old, 6-figure. He said he did like 130K in sales 1 year. Profit is, 5-figure, profit's like, what is it, like 5 figures, like 20K a month or something like that?
All I know is, bro, at 22, if I was making that kind of money,
it would have been over.
Nothing.
It would have been a wrap.
Oh, man. God knew not to give me that kind of money that age.
Yeah, and that's why we call him the young OG, though, because he's like, he's real wise and he's level-headed, man. That's how you got to be to really, be successful in business. So, with no further ado, like I said, we got a real special one from y'all. This is the Young OG episode with my boy Virshon. What's up, guys? This is Nick here. Don't forget to check out 99hustlesblog.com. It's your one-stop shop for all things a part of the hustle. We show you how to get money blogging, podcasting, opening an online store, starting a digital agency, or any type of side hustle you can think of. Information is our form of reparations, and we got all the resources to help get you going. Once again, that's 99hustlesblog.com. Now, with no further ado, let's get into the episode. What's going on, guys? It's the 99 Hustles podcast. We got a very special, dope guest with us today, Virshon Fleming in the building. What's going on, Virshon?
Yo, how's it going?
It's going well, man. Going well. I think this is going to be a real good episode. Virshon's a dope hustler, 22-year-old entrepreneur, totally just crushing it online. And, we're just going to jump right into it. Virshon, if you could just tell us a little bit about your story, your background, and what it is that you do.
All right. So what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? My name is Virshon Fleming. Nick and Fees, thanks you for even having me on the show.
1,000, bro. Thanks for being available.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. So, what I do is pretty much since 2018, I've been selling products online, drop shipping, straight from eBay, getting my products from Walmart, Amazon, and Home Depot, listing them in my eBay store and just marking them up and, selling them for a profit.
So Virshon, you mentioned a little bit about you use something called drop shipping, and just so our audience understands that, can you talk about that a little bit more?
All right, so yeah, I got you. Let me take a random product. Right now I'm looking at a printer, an HP printer. Say for instance, this thing sells at retail price on Home Depot, Walmart, Amazon.com, whatever. Me as the drop shipper, I'll go in and take this same exact listing that they have placed on Walmart or whatever retail site. It could be any retailer in the world, to be honest. And I'll go ahead and take this printer. I'll mark it up a few dollars. I'll mark it up just enough to make me some profit, to pay eBay and to pay for my cost of goods, which is $100. I'll probably mark this up maybe about $130. And after it sells, after the fees and everything, I'll take my profit, which is typically 10%, if not more. And I literally just created an income from scratch, like literally $0.
Wow.
To make this
Wow.
thing.
So you're taking the exact same product that's like on Walmart's website, and then you're selling that to people for more money
within your own network.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So what stops say I'm a customer, what stops me from just like going on Walmart myself, or looking for a cheaper price?
That's a good question. I mean, they had this whole Chick-fil-A versus Popeyes thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's real talk.
Accessibility, man. I think that's probably the easiest way to answer that. You know, is you could probably find anything cheaper if you can go to this direct source, but you know, people are gonna pay more for ease of access, right? So I think that's probably maybe the easiest way to describe that and why people do it. But I think the biggest thing to focus on this is, you know, as somebody at your age, somebody so young, you don't, you know, in a sense, you don't even need to create the product. You don't need to store the product. You don't need to have a warehouse for the product. You essentially just help guide people to the product, right? Is that a layman's term of trying to explain that?
Yeah, I mean, you actually hit it on the head, and I even look at it from like a different perspective, bro. Like I look at it as if these products are already selling, whether or not I'm selling them and actually capturing the payment, or another retailer is selling it. At the end of the day, they're selling, and all I'm doing is intercepting transactions and getting a piece of that market share. That's it.
Like the middle, kind of like the middleman. You're like the bridge between the customer and the product.
And in a sense, I mean, that's kind of what Walmart, Amazon, Target, all these places are anyway.
True.
They're not making these products. So in a sense, who's to say people can't, you know, locate where those actual facilities are and buy them wholesale? But again, you know, it's important to harpen back on the fact that, you know, we have people, you know, like Virshon at such a young age, even knowing this is a market. I mean, to be honest, this is something that, you know, we weren't taught about this in school, or, you know, I think, you know, Nick and I have talked about in the past. We're both, you know, we went through the normal college education route, both went back for our master's, but I don't remember any course telling me about this.
Yeah, school don't teach you how to hustle. They
Right.
teach you how to be a hustler.
So speaking on that, Virshon, can you talk a little bit about like your path when it comes to, did you go to like have a formal education path? Did you go to college? Like, can you talk a little bit about that?
Degree or anything?
I got y'all. So, I mean, growing up, honestly, I was an A and B student. I wasn't, you know, the type of dude that kind of say school failed him. But when I got into, I mean, I always kind of had that a knack of just making money, I guess, in a sense. But when I got into college, I truly started to realize, like, I don't think I need this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a fact. I think a lot of our audience can attest to that.
Yeah, and I didn't want to just drop out. You know what I mean? Because I'm not the type of dude that just quit something what I'm doing.
Right.
Also, I was on scholarship anyway, so I was kind of, you know, making a little Pell Grant.
I feel you.
Hey, those Pell Grants came in handy, boy. 1000%. So you went to school and then you kind of realized it's not what you wanted to do. What was like the next step in your journey there?
So right around the time, all right, so I was in a junior college. I was hooping in JUCO.
Oh, you was balling?
Yeah, I was actually.
What position?
Come on,
you
man. You can't leave out information like that.
What position you play?
I was actually a wing and a 4. And if we
Okay.
were small, they'll probably throw me at a 5 just to have some, I guess, like run and gun.
I got you, young Draymond.
Dude, he shoot with a backpack on his back, man.
With bricks in it.
First team all hustle.
Really though, I was like a super defensive dude. Like that's really was my role.
Okay.
I was we was kind of like playing like a lot of zone defense or either man to man if we playing zone.
I live by the mantra that zone is for cowards, but I'll digress.
Oh, you don't want to go one-on-one with me.
One-on-one with the God.
You turn to the Last Dance.
Hey, straight up, I'm taking it. It's easy.
Clamps. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Okay, so you were in JUCO. You were hooping, and then you kind of realized, I guess, early on that it just wasn't the path you wanted to go on.
Basically, so after my 2 year, I was actually gonna move from my junior college out with my lady. She was like right around Western. She was in another school called Knox College.
Okay.
So I moved with her the No, it was actually before that. So before that, we were supposed to move together, and I got a summer job, quote unquote, a summer job. It was actually an insurance agent, and it wasn't like Primerica and none of that stuff. It was like
Okay.
a independent insurance agent. So I pretty much made my first 1,000 in a day, and I was just like, I don't think I need school, you know. And it wasn't like me big headed, but it was like, wow, like.
And this 1,000 a day was through the insurance game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And insurance is kind of crazy because you got to worry about chargebacks for like 9 months, but that's kind of why I got out of that game. But it was
rough. That's
got it.
A decent experience for me as a, you know, I think I was like 19.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know too many 19-year-old insurance agents. So
right.
That's saying something. Okay. So you kind of decided from there that you wanted to go more in a professional path as opposed to the educational path.
Yep. From there, I was convinced.
Okay.
I thought I was crazy.
Well, speak about that. So, like, how did your family take the news that you were kind of giving up the hoop and college dream and kind of were doing something else that, I mean, at least I know from experience, you know, my family's not the most tech savvy people in the world. So saying that you're, you know, making a living online probably sounds kind of crazy.
I mean, honestly, even when I wanted to just go as an insurance agent, my dad was kind of all for it. He kind of like a laissez-faire, you know, you got your own life experience, go through it, but I'm here for support.
Word.
That's dope.
That's important to have.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody kind of needs that support system to kind of, you know, continue, keep giving you that push to be like, hey, you know, do what you feel is right.
Yeah, and NAC is something something you passionate about, and he probably looked at you, could see you had your mind made up, and was like, you know, we're gonna support him. So I guess the transition. So how'd you make the transition from insurance sales? I'm sure that gave you like the first that money itch right there, that $1,000 in a day. You probably
that first hit.
Yeah. So how'd you make that transition from the insurance sales into doing what you do now on eBay?
So then with the insurance sales, again, like after my first 1,000 a day, it was like crazy. But again, those chargebacks, basically if a guy decided even 9 months down the road, I don't want to pay this policy, you owe, because they give you like a 9-month advance basically. So if you pay $100 policy, you make $900. So if that policy is $100 a month, you make $900 as an agent. And if that guy, let's say 8 months down the line, decide not to pay, you owe a remaining balance back to the company.
You can go in debt. Yeah.
So on top of that, I wasn't efficient. I didn't know anything about automation, leveraging anything. You know what I mean? I was a one-man band. So I transitioned over to my actually first dollar online was affiliate marketing, but that was just a couple dollars.
Okay.
But I transitioned to like drop shipping after that.
Yeah, I mean that first dollar you make online is important though, right? Yeah. That shows you that it's a real thing, you know. Because you on YouTube, you hear these people talk about making money. You like, man, that can't work for me. And then you get then you get that first like PayPal sale or affiliate marketing, like you said. That's a big deal. So like, where'd you get the information from though? Because like it wasn't being taught in school. Or you know what I mean? So like, where'd you even figure out about what is affiliate marketing or what is drop shipping?
Well, affiliate marketing, that was very short. So it wasn't even too much of an experience. But as far as drop shipping, it was just like a guy about a little bit older than me. So that kind of gave me hope. Like, wow, like he only a little bit older than me, A. B, he was living on his own and he had a Lamborghini. So off the rip, that got my attention. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he had like palm trees around him and stuff. So, you know, and I'm from Chicago. I see some palm trees. It's just like, yeah. I need
your ears perk up. No, I mean, and that's an important thing to highlight there is that seeing somebody that, you know, is within the, you know, either a certain age demographic or if he looks like you, come from a certain background, like you're, you know, like how you were raised or how you grew up. And if you see them do it, it kind of sparks that, you know, it takes away that, a little bit of that stigma that we all have that before we dip our toe into the water, right? So and that was a big reason why we even started this podcast, is to kind of highlight these stories, right? And to show people that, hey, this dude here is 22 years old, looks like you, talks like you, and he's making money online, you know. So why not share that information and create a couple more people like you? So so you did. So, okay, you started up with affiliate marketing, dabbled into drop shipping. And at what point did you realize this was what you wanted to actually do full time?
Well, I was kind of forced because when I started in 2018, that's truly when I started drop shipping, right? Middle of 2018.
Okay.
And I went through some ups and downs and hurdles. I never really made $1,000 in a month, but when it was literally like December, I remember it was like December 17th, bro, 2019 or 2018, I'm sorry. And it was an in-person event for like econ. So I went and I legit got inspired, like some dude younger than me, like 15, like driving McLaren. His whole party cost like $100K to throw, and he like funded the party. And it was just like, I'm done with insurance. I got to do whatever I got to do to make this ecom thing work. So that was kind of like a big push for me too. So from that day, it was just, I decided to never write another policy, and whatever debts I owe, I'm gonna pay it off. And, you know, I moved away with my lady, and that was even a bigger spark, because now we're transitioning into her second semester right after that Christmas break or whatever. So living with her, that put a huge like fire under my tail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just like, I'm not finna be a zero. So
yeah. Felt like you can't lose. You know, a lot of times people got to put themselves in situations to where, you know, it's like, you know, just jump in the water, and then that's how you learn how to swim, you know, or you know, that's how you learn how to fly. You gotta put yourself in a situation sometimes. So that's crazy, man. So you were living with your girlfriend, so she was in school.
Yep. She was in school.
So how did she feel about, like, you know, did she you know, share the belief in you also? Like, she coming home from class, you just on the laptop.
Was she figuratively shooting with you in the gym, or what was going on?
So she was like she was a huge support for me.
That's dope.
I can kind of tell she kind of didn't really voice it, but I just know, like, because we kind of come from kind of the same family, but like our family dynamics is slightly different. Like, her family kind of believes in the school path, and my family is like, figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, you got, you know. So living where it was a little bit of friction, obviously, because I never even made $1,000. I was kind of looking crazy to, you know what I mean? Like,
wow,
you know,
when you're doing something different, it always, people view it with skepticism, right? They're like, I don't know anybody that made money doing this. So what makes you different? So
exactly.
Yeah, bro, that takes a lot of
courage, bro.
A lot of courage and confidence in yourself, man. Cause like, did you have those days where you like, maybe they're right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I am crazy.
Did you think about writing insurance policies again?
I remember legit like crying because like stuff wasn't working out, bro. Like, this is a huge leap for me, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I gonna do if this don't work out, type of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. So, what got you through those moments?
So it's a lot of things that keep me going, bro. But like, honestly, one thing that I would never forget, like, ever in my life, is something that stick with me. And my mama, she, like, all right, so we aren't the most silver spoon kids.
Mm-hmm.
We still like had our little trials. Yeah, we were suburban, but we was legit like one mistake away from poverty.
One paycheck away.
Swear to God. So seeing my family, you know, split homes, divorced when I was maybe 8 or something like that. You know, seeing my mama oftentimes scrape up coins, like legit pennies, to pay for McDonald's, $1 meal, you know what I'm saying, for 3 kids. That type of stuff stick with me. And that's one of my huge factors. I legit do everything in her name.
So family, it's kind of prevalent here through the things you've been saying, that family is a very important factor in why you do the things that you actually do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yo, there's a book on that actually. I think it's Damon John. Damon John has a book. It's called like The Power of Being Broke or The Power of Broke, and he tells like stories like that. It's like, you know, the different things he saw his mom going through, and he's like, that's what, you know, he's like, that's what how I built football. He's like those stories like drive you, and it's actually an advantage. You know, some people look at it as like a disadvantage, but that type of feeling, you tell yourself in your mind like, I'm never going to feel that again.
And it forces you to grow up early, right? It forces you to see things in a world where you're not just a naive individual as a child, right?
Exactly.
So, which is, in a way, it helps just because, and it's proof. I mean, how many 22-year-olds running their own businesses, right? And I'm sure if it wasn't out of necessity, you probably wouldn't have that drive to get to the point you're at now.
Yeah, because honestly, bro, like when a lot of people, like you were saying, like they don't really have that coming from that type of past. But me personally, a lot of people will probably look on from the outside like, bro, that's tough, but it's just like, that's not really like some people, they legit got to get like to a point where they lost their house, they lost their marriage.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
Snap back out of it. But for me, like I kind of learned from other people. Like I'm sure everybody got that one person in their family, and not like my mama, but I'm saying like, say for instance, y'all just know, all right, that's the example I don't want to be like.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Know what I'm saying?
Black, bro.
Yeah. Right.
That one at the family reunion, you just
right. We all got that one cousin for sure.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so Nick and I have a similar background in the sense that like we both grew up in like a suburban school district, and we were lucky enough that our school was very diverse, so we got to see pretty much both sides of the spectrum, right? We saw the rich, and we saw the kids whose parents were having their kids live with their aunts just so they can go to this school, right? So there's something to that where just because your family might be in the suburbs, you're one paycheck, you're one family member away from being right back to where your cousins are at, right? So that's an important thing to bring up and kind of highlight, because I think all hustlers in a way have like a similar story like that, where there was some sort of trial or tribulation growing up that stuck with them, and it keeps driving them when they get to these points where they're not making the kind of money they thought they'd be, or they need to be making. So no, that's big, bro. I think that's a real important thing to talk about. Yeah,
for real. And honestly too, like my family is motivating for me. Like even my cousins, like for example, right before I actually moved to Arizona, like they were the ones that getting me out of bed outside of like business or outside of work, getting me out of bed to go work out. You know what I'm saying? Like getting into shape. And I mean, honestly, there was some, like my cousin, he like was a natural winner growing up. You know what I mean? That's something I never really won championships growing up, but one of my cousins was actually like a championship winner multiple times. My brother went to downstate in high school. He was always really a winner. I was always like on just getting the short end of the stick. Even if I'm on a winning team, it's just like we'll fall short, you know?
Right. But that helps you in other ways in life, right? Like, so you may have not want to chip them, but I mean, you can pull out your trophies now, right?
Yeah, right. Pull up that PayPal account.
Yeah,
right. And I'm definitely gonna put them on. Like,
So to talk about that. So talk about how have you incorporated family members, friends into this kind of path in terms of like financial freedom?
Well, I tried to put first and foremost like my sister on. Like we rock together, like we close. So I tried to put her on first. Honestly, she wasn't really into it. She was more so into hair. Oh, my bad.
Did you guys hear that noise right there?
I was gonna say that's got to be another sale for your boy.
Virshon, what was that?
That's a humble flex.
That was the bag.
You hear that? The bag's calling.
You're right. So, like my sister, I tried to put on, but she was kind of into the hair industry. The next person that actually inspired me to build another store out was my lady's sister. Like she was kind of in that post grad depression type stage. Like I wouldn't say depression, but like
yeah, that's real though. It's a form of depression, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Even if I was depressed, I wouldn't even know.
Right, yeah.
Hey, that's a common thing for Black people, man. We can you imagine? I just learned about childhood trauma. I was like, oh, that's yeah. I thought everybody went through that.
But yeah, like she tried. I put her on. She kind of went into coding, actually, like
wow
development. So that's something she probably would be mad if I said out loud, but. That's something that she kind of doing in the background. My cousin, he is another one that was, inspiring me to get up and go work out and kind of pushing me. And that kind of pushed me even in business. I recently just put him on to it. He's going to the Navy soon, and he got a child. And we the same age. And, that was honestly humbling and inspiring to even see that. You feel me? So that's something that I'm definitely putting him on. My brother, like anybody, in my family that need anything from it.
That gotta be a great feeling, man. Like just to be able to
put your people on.
Yeah, the same type of empowerment you give yourself, everybody around you, the same feeling.
Right. Yeah. That's what it's all about, and that's why we started this whole podcast is to kind of highlight that, because we think it's through our own personal journeys, we've come across different avenues of really achieving financial freedom, and it's
different hustles.
Like, and there's a hustle for everybody, right? Like you don't need to come from a certain background. You don't need to be super tech savvy. You just got to have the desire to want to actually learn and to just do it, because the cost of entry is low online, right? In a way that you won't find in any other vertical or any other industry. So
and speaking of that, Virshon, like, so to drop ship, like how much money does somebody need to like start a drop shipping business? Like if I wanted to start a drop shipping business tomorrow, like do I need like a business loan or anything like that?
That's a great question. Honestly, I'm the type of dude that I just went out. I didn't even have a credit card to my name. Actually just got a debit card when I started.
Credit debit.
Right. But I highly recommend at least a couple $100 just to A, buy the right information, B, to set yourself up as far as the entity and stuff like that. There's some exemptions that you can get with purchases.
Okay.
Some advantages. I will honestly say, less than $200, $300 max.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And from honestly though, like you would definitely need credit for like scalability.
Okay.
And once you understand the power of credit, like the true power of credit, you would kind of be crazy not to go through it. Like I legit make thousands off my credit cards a year.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Well, speak on that. So how do you go about doing that?
So me personally, I like to travel. I'm not even an avid traveler, to be honest. Like me traveling is like 4 times a year. It's not even a lot, but
that's a lot to somebody.
Right. You're right. So I got a credit card that give me points towards travel.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you all an example of how this goes and the power of credit. Just a little snippet.
Sure.
Say for instance, for example, my stores. I say this month so far, I put like a little over $100,000 on my credit cards and purchases. So with that, I get 1% back into my pocket. That's $1,000. That's the type of card that I have. Also, I got like crazy benefits with the card.
Wow. That makes perfect sense. So you're using the card. All right. So you go on Walmart site, You sell the exact same thing. You take whatever product Walmart has, say it's a refrigerator, you put that on your page, you sell that to people at a higher price. And then you buy it from Walmart to send to the customer. And when you buy from Walmart, you're using a credit card to get the money back.
Yes, sir. So it's like,
Wow.
It's leverage. You leveraging credit, you making money off your credit, you making money off the front end.
That's great.
Like the front end profits as well. So I mean,
that's huge. That's huge. That's how you make things cyclical, right? Where you're you're going to pay for that anyways, right?
Yeah.
So why not use something that's going to put more money back in your pocket?
Exactly. And you know what I thought about, bro? Like, honestly, so I'm gonna give y'all some game real quick about the 2% cashback cards. This is something that came off my head like last night brainstorming. So right now I'm getting 1% on my cards, and I got to thinking, okay, I need to get a 2% card, and here's why. If I'm at the point of putting 6 figures a month on my credit card, instead of getting $1,000 back per month, or a little bit more than 1,000, why not get 2%, get $2,000 cash back, and you can use that to either pay for living expenses, whatever, right?
Right.
So let's just like take that a step further. And let's say at the end of the 12-month period, let's say you make $24,000 cash back on your credit card. Knock on wood, that's tax-free. That's not, don't quote me. But 24 grand.
You hear that?
Up,
the Fed's listening.
24 grand. My bad. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
My bad. So 24 grand over the 12-month period. You take that. I'm not in real estate. I do know some people getting 5% down. I talked to a guy that he was in real estate. He said, I'm 20% down. But I know some people getting 5% down. Say, for instance, you're getting 5% down, boom, and you can, let's say, 10 grand.
Purchase some property strictly based off the cashback.
Exactly. So now that's you 10,000 down payment, boom. Cash flow you $1,000 a month. You just made.
And you didn't have to do anything but just do what you're normally doing anyways.
Come on, G.
That's you hear that? This is the kind of gems you get on 99 Hustles, baby. You're not getting that anywhere else.
I don't want people reaching out like, yo, like, you know how you do that? I don't but it's like me brainstorming. That's something that I'm definitely putting into effect as soon as this Corona up, where the lending open back up a little bit more.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't worry, bro. We'll never mention your name, man. We promise respect.
I got you.
Is there a card or services that you would recommend to the listeners to look into?
To be honest, it just whatever best fits you. So if you're a traveler in business and you already have a business, I would say look at traveling business cards. For example, I like the Amex Plaid as a traveling business card. That's
my card of choice, baby.
Really? That gets like crazy benefits, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's a husky card too.
Yeah. It sounds good when you drop it.
Doesn't it? Don't it?
I swear.
No, that's dope. That's dope. We want to definitely put that into, give that a little plug there for the audience so they can
check it out.
Yeah. Check it out. Make sure that they have access to these kind of things and they know where to start.
So, go ahead, Nick. So we did want to go back though, man. We started getting into the journey a little bit, and I think when we stopped, it was still struggle. But I know after that struggle, after that, I think you said it was December 17th. After that, George Jefferson moving on up after that, right?
Right. Tell us about those sunny days.
Tell us about the sunny days.
Right, let's talk about the sunny days. I remember the sunny day of March. It was March 1st, 2019. Honest to God, I would not forget this day. I rolled out of bed at 10 o'clock a.m. and I had my first $1,000 sale online off eBay dropshipping, and I profited like $300 on it.
Wow.
And to this day, I look at that and like that sparked something in me. And from there, I started listing higher price items and over.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah, and make that kind of money in your sleep.
Getting a 30% return, and you don't actually have to pay the upfront fees or things like that. That's beautiful.
And I will legit wake up on a daily and expect like it was a bare minimum I need to sell $5,000 in a day.
Whew. Now that first day, how many times did you have to hit refresh?
A lot.
Checking different web browsers, making sure your internet's not messing up.
A lot, bro. But now it's like the kind of like an expectation for me, you know?
Yeah.
And I was able to, considering the fact I didn't have to front any money to really like run this business, operate this business.
Yeah.
I can take some of this money, and what I did actually recently was take some more money and invest it into other mentorships and courses. I got connected with some guys, and I started me a little high ticket website too. So I was able,
invest in yourself.
Business, bro.
Yeah. That's how you do it, man. As you start to make the money, man, never stop learning. Just invest that right in yourself, and
yep.
That's you're thinking. The thinking is the hustler thinking, man.
Appreciate that.
So you were doing $1,000 days and
yep.
And this was March 2019.
This is 2019. Now that was revenue. The profits typically on average for me is about 12%.
Gotcha. Hey. And so did that continue throughout? It pretty much continued throughout the rest of the year, or did it go up or down?
It actually continued throughout the rest of the year until quarter 4. Kind of like, all right, boom, it really went off.
Christmas,
like I did.
Right, that's Christmas.
every fourth quarter, I had a Mike Jordan,
right?
Like crazy, bro. And for me, that was crazy. For some people, they were looking at me like, bro, you got to get your numbers up. You know?
Wow. So what
always levels, man. That's true.
What were the numbers like? This is like December, November.
Yeah, this is right around that time. I made like, this was the first time I probably made like $7,000 on eBay in profits.
Wow.
And then next month I probably made like 9 or something like that. I don't know the real figure, but for me that was a pretty big step for me.
Wow, that's big, man.
And how much in like sales is that?
For that particular month, it was around like 80,000.
80,000 in sales. Wow.
Yeah, and again,
is that something you see as being sustainable?
Absolutely. I mean, to be honest, as long as the platform eBay is around, which will be forever, and they will always have products to sell, retailers will always exist. I just don't look at it. For me, is long term and sustainable. I just honestly would rather have a little bit more control and a little bit more of an asset. Like I can actually sell a website because I own the domain. You know what I mean?
Ownership.
Exactly. Versus eBay. You know what I mean? Like it's not like, all right, this how much this domain is worth.
Well, that's a real interesting point. So do you see that as being your next avenue in terms of your digital real estate?
Absolutely. I would take that any day over eBay, bro. Like it's so crazy. Like legit today, let me check my sales for the day on my website, bro. It's actually insane because so the products that I sell is actually $1,000 like revenue per sale. So it's not even like you got to do a lot of customer service. The margins is a little bit bigger than eBay because you're getting a wholesale pricing. Also, the business valuation is worth way more with a website than it is on eBay. And on top of that, it's just so many pros to me. So today, like 3 orders, 6.4 thousand in sales.
Wow. Excuse me, that's you're talking money now.
Just 3 orders, bro. And this is something I can't even take credit for. Like
and you're doing this while recording a podcast.
Yeah, y'all heard it. Like,
yeah. Register's ringing.
Y'all heard it. And I can't take credit for it, bro. Like, I don't want to sound like I don't know, like that type of dude that's like super, what you call, I don't know.
You humble, yeah.
Into himself. Like, I'm not that guy. Like, it was a lot that went into like actually building this thing. And I give nothing but credit to my mentors, bro, which is like legit my age. I still consider them as mentors. They were able to put me on. And yeah.
Yeah, man. That's
love,
real,
bro.
That's real humble, man. You definitely wise beyond your years.
I was gonna say, kind of got an old soul, man. Like
wise behind you.
Like 22. I'm thinking like my little sister is like 22 and she's in grad school right now, and I can't imagine having these kind of conversations with her and thinking like, man, I can hang out with this person. Like this is speaking my language.
That's funny, man. That's crazy. Thanks for that, but I kind of get that often, to be honest.
Yeah, that's dope, bro. That's dope.
All right, man. Yeah, Virshon, why is beyond years? Yeah, that's an understatement, man.
The young OG is what we're gonna start calling.
Young OG.
Oh
young
God.
OG. That's funny. I was just watching the Fabulous Jada. Did you watch that yesterday? The versus battle?
Nah.
He's too young for that.
Yeah. True.
Come on now. Kiss was out in '96 putting out stuff.
We was young. Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Young OG, that's the Fab joint, man. Yeah, you definitely a young OG. You gave a lot of game for everyone, even like the credit card hustle and flexes and everything. So,
absolutely.
like we typically ask our guests, like what's like your hustler mantra? Like, what is it like? You know, if you could like define, you know, how. You know, what you would say to somebody to inspire them, or like what really is like a phrase or one liner that defines your success in business?
So honestly, counting my blessings. Like that's something that my mama instilled in me, bro. Like, and I take that and run with it. Like I legit look at everything brick by brick and just counting every brick as a blessing. Like, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I'm gonna build off of that. You know what I mean?
Word.
I'm telling you, Nick, this kid just keeps living up to his new name, man. This is definitely the young OG. Virshon, man, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today. Before we wrap this up, we want to give you the opportunity to kind of shout out where people can find you, whether that's through your socials or your business sites. So feel free to you know, your plugins.
I bet. Yeah, you can find me. I'm primarily on Twitter. I like Twitter, but I do a little bit of Instagram too. You can find me on both platforms at Ecom with Sean. That's Ecom like ECOM with, and then Sean is spelled SHON.
Ecom with Sean. I hope you own that domain, bro. That's fire.
Yeah, that's a dope domain. Yeah.
I have to buy it.
Absolutely.
Try to buy me out of my name.
We'll talk afterwards.
Right.
Word though. But yeah, Virshon, man, we appreciate you have taken the time out to chat with us today, man. I think, like I said, you gave a lot of game. I think it was a dope episode, man, and we excited for you to see what you got coming up next.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all having me. It's been a crazy ride.
Hey, bro. We're proud of you, man. We're glad to see, you know, the journey you're on, and the fact that you still remain humble. You know, I know myself at 22. If I was bringing in 10K a month,
I'd have been
couldn't tell me nothing.
Out of control.
Woo!
Can I say something too?
Absolutely.
Let me inspire somebody. I swear
Please do. The floor is yours.
Yesterday was probably the day that I broke so many barriers in my life. I went from my eBay store. I lost it for a minute. I went from 0 to about 60 grand in sales. 10 days later, which is 45 days since I got that store, I broke 80K in sales.
Woo!
This is not like I've been, you know, the 150 before, but it's like
clap it up for him. Clap it up for him.
Clap it up. Not a year. Not a year.
Exactly.
45 days.
Give y'all some more game. I broke another barrier, bro.
Talk about it.
I crossed a total income. I ain't gonna get into that right now. Hold on.
Next episode.
Another barrier.
We'll say that for the next episode.
I was able to help 20 people yesterday make $1 online. Crazy. Wow. That's crazy for me. And y'all, I can disclose my number now. Now that, you know, I gave my love to my people.
Right. You start off humble. Now you flex.
Yeah.
Right. But like legit, like 18 months ago, honest to God, I thought this is probably never possible. And now I'm thinking like this need to be my minimum month. But this month, as of yesterday, I crossed over $20,000 net profit for the month, and I'm probably gonna do 25 by the end of this month. And it's like,
In the middle of a pandemic. You hear that?
Get money in a drought.
You hear that?
It's not me gloating. I'm legit trying to inspire somebody.
Man, yeah, you can be proud of yourself, man.
You're gonna have to inspire them from the jumbotron, my guy.
Man, be proud of yourself, man.
Hey,
we gotta showcase these stories for young black men.
25,000 online.
That is real.
I'm shooting for 25. I'm probably like at like 20.
Hey, speak it, bro. You got a couple more hours. We'll get you there.
Right. I got a couple more hours. You're right.
Absolutely, man. That's big, bro. Again, we're proud of you, man. Really, really excited to get this episode out to our audience. I know you're gonna inspire at least 20 more people to get online and to make $1 online. So I know I'm inspired, and so thanks again, bro. The young OG Virshon. Again, you'll find him on Ecom with Sean.
Sean, yeah.
And if he doesn't own that domain, your boys here will. So, well, thanks again, Virshon. Once again, thank you, Virshon, for taking the time to talk to 99 Hustles. I know the 99 Hustle Nation is going to be really excited to hear this episode. And, we look forward to seeing what you do next. And when you cross your next barrier, man, please make sure you reach out to us, and we'll do another episode.
Yes, indeed. Blessings, my brother.